What is up, Dokkan player? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Blaze here. We are back with another Dokkan battle video. And today, before we start the video, of course, hopefully he's having a very good day today. So today, we're going to go ahead and tackle the Cell Max Hybrid Saiyan mission with a full Giant Ball Heroes team. So the Heroes agenda is going to be checked off. One of our best characters in this team build is going to be here, the Great Saiyaman 3. He is just complete damage. This boy can cook. You let him get hit, you let him get those counters. Great Saiyaman 3 is an incredible, easier unit. Definitely one of the best hero units by far. And this was actually a very lucky start, I want to say, as far as turn 1. And the reason why is because we do have your type advantage against the Cell Max for the Great Saiyaman 3. So even if he decides not to crit, he's still be doing a lot of damage off his counters. And also, we also have your God Trunks here as well. Now, God Trunks, I decided to bring him because he's just much more consistent compared to the EZA Super Saiyan 3 Trunks, where a lot of times I was just not, when he's not guarding, you're taking like 200k per normal, which is like really intense. But this Great Saiyaman 3, like, look at all this damage he actually does for one turn with no support. It's pretty nasty, I would say. So there goes actually a dodge counter, which is actually really nice to see. Now, do keep in mind, I believe here the Great Saiyaman 3 has here a 30 or 35% chance to crit. Because he does get your 7% chance to crit with each time traveler units on the team. So I believe it's either 30 or 35%. But look at these beautiful counter crits. Really disgusting. We already took that one health bar just with one character. And almost 2 health bars as well, which is pretty crazy because Cell actually has a lot of HP. So the Great Saiyaman 3, like, I would say, unfortunately, if you don't have him, I guess it is what it is, but he's just not replaceable in my opinion. He's just way too goddamn good. Trunks, Super Saiyan God Trunks is actually not that the worst defensively. After he does Super Attack, he does actually raise defense by 100% from his passive. And also has a 50% chance to crit here as well. Which I did prefer because, again, with the Cell Max, you actually want to try and beat this as soon as possible. The reason why is because he does have a lot of HP, but more importantly, he can triple super, which is like the most deadliest thing about this character. Now, the second turn was actually a very bad rotation because we do have your Super Saiyan 4 Gohan, and we also have your Xeno Super Saiyan 3 Goku. The reason why this is actually a really bad turn is because both these characters are designed for slot 1. And also, of course, we have Xeno Pan. Now, Xeno Pan can definitely get you killed because if she decides not to dodge, she will take like 80k per normal, even on type advantage, which is pretty crazy. So this was like a pretty bad turn because, again, Xeno Goku is meant for slot number 1, and so is Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and you basically want to have them on each rotation because Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Goku actually can tank pretty well after he super attack, but I mean, before he supers, he just gets absolutely shredded to pieces. So that's the reason why we brought here, of course, our defensive units. So luckily, Pan does actually dodge. Again, Pan does get extra defense with each dodge that she does do. But before that, like, Pan is taking 80k per normal, which is disgusting. Now, this is why this was like a pretty bad turn, because now we have type disadvantage with both tech units. But the reason why I decided to keep both my tech units last phase and not actually rotate off the Great Saiyaman 3 is because now if I rotate off the Great Saiyaman 3, when we actually get him back, we are against an AGL Cell Max again. So one of the key opponents of actually being in with the Giant Ball Heroes team is to make sure that you pay attention to the color wheel for Cell Max. Now, again, Goku at this point here has 70% damage reduction with the Whis, which of course is really, really good. It protects us from the super attack, but more importantly, God Trunks can also survive a super, because if God Trunks eats a super attack, then we're in trouble. So and luckily I did make the call right here because Cell did do a super attack. And again, if I didn't have the Whis activate, we probably would have taken like 500k, which is really bad because our HP is less than 600k, which of course is bad for a whatchamacallit here, for a ultimate red zone boss, right? Like, usually ultimate red zone boss, you want to go in with basically at least minimum 600k of HP. And then look at this guy. This guy is just still cooking. Type disadvantage, dodge, counter crits. Again, another crit right here. Just beautiful damage, even type disadvantage. And we actually got pretty lucky that he decided not to super again. I also brought here a Bulma item just because we actually get the free heal. And now we finally have our rotations the way we wanted. We have both of our slot 1 characters on slot number 1. And then of course we actually have your Goku. Now because we still have a Whis activated, I actually decided to put here the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 in the front. So we can potentially build him up so he actually gets the extra stats, because I believe he gets here an extra, whatchamacallit here. He should be getting here an extra, let's see here, 70%. We actually get 7 hits for attack and defense. Let me take a quick look here. It's actually been a minute since I've seen his stats, but because we have the Wii still activated, we can still take advantage of his defense for Goku. This Limit Breaker 4, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, where are you? You're gonna have here an extra. Oh no, that's all. It's actually additional attack and defense plus 40%. My apologies. So, yeah. So basically, that is gonna help us out. Sorry, it is gonna help us out in the long run when we actually no longer have the Whis activate or available. So, I made sure to actually get that extra 40%. And again, there's Pan with a freaking Whis, not dodging, taking 79k or like 72k of damage. Again, Pan can definitely make a run either really good or really bad. It all depends if she dodges or not. So, at this particular level, again, Cell can triple super. So, you want to try and use your Whis at like the least, or you want to try and save your Whis for like, the most tough situations. But, in this situation, we have 2 int units. Gohan's definitely be completely fine, but I want to save as much HP as possible. And if Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Goku gets supered, at least it'll be for double digits, because again, he's gonna have here the 70% damage reduction. And also again, God Trunks, he can definitely tank a normal after he super attacks, but if Cell decides to do a super attack, we're pretty much taking at least 300k without the Whis. So I'm not taking any chances. So I decided to use another Whis, and hopefully we can do a lot of damage to the Cell, because now our rotations are now set up for the next 2 phases, because now Cell's gonna go back to AGL, and then after that he's gonna be going back to int. So again, there was a key strategy is making sure the color of the wheel. Yeah, so Goku now is gonna be able to tank here double digits, and then Trunks, do you get supered? I actually am not too sure if you actually get supered. Let's take a look. No crit, unfortunately, by the way. And yeah, he does actually eat a super attack here again. And with the Whis, I believe it takes here like 200k, right? Oh, 113. So not the worst, but again, that's with a Whis. So now we actually come back to this rotation, and we get super duper lucky. And the reason why is because we're actually able to rotate off the Great Saiyaman 3, because most of the attacks are going to be at the back. And that's really good, because once we actually come back to this second turn or second rotation, Cell is actually going to be an int type. So I want to make sure that the Great Saiyaman 3 is nowhere on sight, because he would definitely take a lot of damage against an int Cell max with no items activate. So I decided to rotate him off, which again was pretty lucky, because again also Cell is stacking quite a lot at the back. So there goes Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4. I believe he's fully built up. I'm actually not too sure. But we actually get a beautiful crit from both the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Goku and also Super Saiyan 3 Goku as well. And then here comes the Great Saiyaman 3, who's going to demolish Cell Max with those beautiful crits. There goes one more counter. This one should be a crit. Yep, there we go. Beautiful damage. And then look at the damage we're doing. It's just so ridiculous. Even without a crit, he's still doing 2 million per counter. And unfortunately, the last one is going to be a super attack, but that's A-okay. And of course, we eat that well for only 15k. This by accident. For some reason, I just the switch button on the iPhone actually hit it right here. But again, this is again another key component why I also decide to rotate off Pan, is because this phase we have all int units and Cell is going to be a tech unit. So this was a very beautiful turn. Pan is also providing support to the entire rotation, and you really want to try and maximize damage. So any additional super is going to help us out, because Cell only has your 3 health bars. Now, I do also want to state this here as well, is that do not be fooled with a Cell's HP. If it's at 2 or 3 health bars, it is still quite a lot of HP, and definitely do not underestimate it, because it can definitely get you killed if you don't finish off too quickly. Now, luckily, we actually get a double super from our Gohan. So we actually do a lot of damage, and now he's down to 2 health bars, and we still have 2 more int units that can definitely do some damage to Cell. So here comes, of course, the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Goku, 6.4. He's only 69%, but we're okay here because we have type advantage. So even if he supers, it won't be too bad because we also have support here as well. So now Cell is down to only 1 health bar. Again, Pan, if she decides not to dodge, we're taking 80k per normal, which is disgusting, as you guys just saw right there. Luckily, we do dodge the super attack, but we end up taking 16k of more damage because she decided not to dodge. So, Pan is also fully Rainbowed, by the way. So this Cell Max does hit really, really hard. So now we come down to the last turn. This was actually very scary because Trunks is type disadvantage. So I put all my betting chips on Trunks to crit at the very end because he does have here a 50% chance to crit. And we should basically have enough to survive this phase as long as Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Goku does not get supered. I think if he does get super, we would barely live with like 10k of HP. But this is where we definitely need Trunks to actually, come through with the guarantee. I mean, the 50% chance to crit. But Goku actually decides to do an additional super attack, which was very beautiful. So now we actually have your Limit Breaker 4 Super Saiyan 4 Goku to come in very clutch. He actually gives us a beautiful crit and then comes through with additional super attack, and that seals our victory. So there we go. The Hero's Agenda finally completed. This one was kind of not too difficult, not too easy, but definitely a challenge. But as far as a no item run, definitely not possible at the moment. But maybe later on next year, definitely a possibility. So there we go, my boys. Hopefully this was actually able to help you out. This is a Hybrid Saiyan mission done with the full Heroes team. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit the like button, sub for more videos, comment down below, and hopefully I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace!